All right, let's talk about the Chiefs signing a new defensive tackle, Mahomes and company putting in some more work, Tyrann Mathieu visiting the Saints, and much more. But first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, and I do daily news about the Kansas City Chiefs and the NFL overall. So make sure to sub if you're new around here, hit that like button, and let's get into it. And first off, y'all really like ice cream, huh? A lot of y'all at least. And for context, yesterday I asked people who watched until the end of my video to comment their favorite ice cream flavor because I was just simply curious who's watching till the end of these videos that are sometimes 13, 14, 15 minutes long. And I was pleasantly surprised by how many people were commenting their favorite flavor of ice cream. I appreciate y'all sticking till the end. Hats off to those of you who do, and if you don't, that is totally fine. That's why I make chapters and cover multiple stories. I do it so you have the flexibility to just skip around to what you want to know about. So I do hope it helps. And a lot of you were asking my favorite ice cream brand, flavor, etc. So here it goes. It's ice cream. I pretty much like it all except for mint flavors. I'm sorry to the mint ice cream lovers out there. I just do not like my ice cream tasting like my toothpaste. It's very weird to me. But give me any kind of ice cream with cookie dough, Oreos, and I'm good to go. All right, let's get into this. We've got some more workout photos and videos with Mahomes and company putting in some off-season work. Looks like they're still going strong, getting to it. And we also have a couple of new players in the mix as well as week. I still see Josh Gordon, Corey Coleman, Darius Fountain, and Ronald Jones. But now we've got Clyde Edwards-Helaire and JuJu Smith-Schuster in the mix also. Something funny to note about Clyde, he's got a beanie on and it's about 97 degrees in Dallas-Fort Worth area, which is hilarious to me. So it looks like yesterday when he was having those flight troubles, he was actually headed to train with Mahomes and company. Pretty cool. And hey, here's a nice clip of JuJu running a route for Mahomes. I'm excited to see that connection happen this season and also to see MVS in action whenever he comes into town as well. And since we're talking about receivers catching passes from Mahomes, I found this worth mentioning. Devin Clements tweeted this out yesterday. Last season, Chiefs pass catchers dropped a total of 30 passes. Yeah, 30 per PFF. Over the last 2 seasons, JuJu Smith-Schuster has dropped a total of 3 passes and Marquez Valdes-Scantling didn't drop a single pass last season. Hashtag Chiefs Kingdom. So yeah, 30 dropped passes. Doesn't that seem like a lot to y'all? And on top of that, how many of those drops ended up being like weird deflections that ended up being interceptions? I feel like that was happening a lot last season, especially earlier on in the season. Crazy. And then in some updated player news, safety Armani Watts signed recently with the Indianapolis Colts, and he tweeted out a message to KC saying, "Thank you, Kansas City. You will forever hold a special place in my heart. I had an amazing 4 years, learned a lot, and met some incredible people. I appreciate all the love since day one. Hashtag Chiefs Kingdom, all love." Yeah, Watts was a 4th-round pick out of Texas A&M in 2018. He was a key special teamer and reservist for the team during his 4 seasons here in KC, appearing in 53 games with 1 start. Watts amassed 58 total tackles, 2 passes defended, 2 sacks, and a fumble recovery during the course of his career. He played nearly 1,000 snaps on special teams with the Chiefs compared to just 282 defensive snaps over 4 seasons. He did earn a Super Bowl ring and he appeared in the Super Bowl the next year. So hey, thank you so much for the work you put in, Armani Watts. You were the man. Best of luck in your next chapter with the Colts. And speaking of the Colts, the Chiefs brought in Colts defensive tackle Taylor Stallworth for a visit yesterday, and he signed on the dotted line to a 1-year deal. He was a former teammate of Chiefs cornerback Rashad Fenton at the University of South Carolina in 2018, and he first came into the NFL as an undrafted free agent with the Saints. Stallworth made the Saints' 53-man roster out of training camp, spending the 2018 and 2019 seasons in New Orleans. After leaving the Big Easy, Stallworth caught on with the Colts Colts, spending 2 seasons in Indianapolis before becoming an unrestricted free agent this offseason. He's appeared in 50 games over 4 seasons and is coming off his best season yet, serving as a rotational role with the Colts last season. He played 332 snaps and recorded 16 combined tackles, 3 sacks, 22 pressures, and a pass batted. Bow! And Stallworth figures as a potential replacement for Jarran Reed, who signed a 1-year deal earlier this offseason with the Green Bay Packers. So
let's go, baby.
Welcome to KC, Taylor Stallworth. Let's get it, bro. Definitely hit that like button if you're excited to see him in a Chiefs jersey. And then Arrowhead Pride recently posted a poll yesterday asking to grade the Chiefs offseason moves so far. There were 3,600 votes total as of when I made this video, and 47.2% voted B, followed closely behind with a C grade of 39.4%. My question is this: who in the heck voted A? Who voted an A grade this offseason? How can you do that?
I need what y'all are smoking.
Just kidding. I don't smoke, but hey, I want to pass this question off to you guys. What would you grade our offseason moves so far? Let me know in the comments down below. A, B, C, D, F, G. Let me know. I'm going to go with a B-. I'm not unhappy, but at the same time, there's still several glaring weak spots, mainly on defense, that need to be addressed. D-line, cornerbacks, we just had another safety leave. And then obviously Tyreek Hill is gone, so that's a big hole to fill as well. We've talked a lot about that. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But speaking of cornerbacks and secondary on our defense, of course, right after I dropped a video yesterday diving a bit more into Stephon Gilmore and James Bradberry, there was news that dropped about the Chiefs distancing themselves from being interested in Bradberry and are sort of stepping back from that idea. Jeffrey Chadiha says, the talk about the Chiefs looking to trade for Giants cornerback James Bradberry isn't serious. A Chiefs source says the team hasn't been involved with that and don't plan on getting involved. They don't want to take on Bradberry's $13.4 million salary. So yeah, there may be some behind the scenes posturing here trying to drive down the asking price for the trade, or they simply aren't interested and maybe waiting to see if he gets released later in the offseason. Either way, that's a gambled risk, and with the loss of Ward, we need to do something here, that's for sure, and I'm sure Veach and company have a plan. What will it be? Time will tell. And then Ian Rappaport reported yesterday that free agent defensive back Tyrann Mathieu the Honey Badger himself is heading into the Saints facility for a visit while he's in New Orleans with family and friends. Nothing imminent, but one of the top players available will be at his first facility this offseason. So yeah, the fact that this is the first team he's visited with this offseason, pretty surprising to me, I'm not gonna lie. And part of the reason I want Tyrann on the Saints so badly is because he would go home, he's a New Orleans native, he would be going to an NFC team and would not be assisting another AFC contender, which would be nice. I don't want to see him out there. And then secretly deep down, I want to see more of this. Because the Saints recently signed Dan Sorensen to a 1-year deal. So how funny would it be to see them back on a team together with Mathieu throwing his hands up in the air like he just doesn't care? In other NFL news, tight end Rob Gronkowski recently said he's not sure if he's going to be returning to the game of football, even with Brady back with the Bucs. He recently said he avoided playing catch at a charity event so he wouldn't have the urge to return preemptively. Quote, I knew if I started catching some passes that my head would have started turning like, oh crap, I got to get back out on the field, Gronk said. Right now, I'm not ready to get back out on the field. I'm not ready to commit to the game of football right now. So what do you guys think? Will Gronkowski be back with Brady for one last ride? My gut tells me yes, to be honest, and he's dragging this out for a little bit of show, but time will tell there. And then here's a flurry of roster moves that were made yesterday. The Bengals signed tight end Nick Eubanks. The Browns re-signed kicker Chase McLaughlin. The Rams have signed former Giants punter Riley Dixon. The Saints have released quarterback Blake Bortles per the transaction wire. Bortles signed with the Saints in late December but did not play a snap for the team. Apparently he was the one that asked for the release and received it yesterday after their signing of Andy Dalton. Per league sources, at the age of 29 with 73 starts and 103 TD passes on his resume, Bortles is looking for a better opportunity to be a number 2 quarterback elsewhere. So yeah, he's bounced around to several teams after being released from the Jaguars in 2019. It's crazy to think that he was the number 3 overall pick in 2014. Wild. The Saints also signed tight end J.P. Holtz and the Jets signed offensive tackle Greg Senat. And then the Tennessee Titans recently said they are not shopping or taking calls on wide receiver A.J. Brown. GM John Robinson made it clear at the owners' meeting that they are currently working towards keeping Brown a Titan for the long term. And okay, yesterday I reported on that massive trade of draft picks between the Saints and the Eagles, and Daniel Jeremiah said he reached out to 6 GMs to get their thoughts on the Saints' motive for the trade with the Eagles, and the majority of them think that it's about the Saints believing they are really close and 2 quality starters could put them in playoff mode right now. One mentioned Ritter as a mid-first possibility. And then some sad news here. Former Minnesota Vikings purple people eater Doug Sutherland recently passed away at the age of 73. For 10 seasons, Doug Sutherland was a driving force in the middle of a vaunted Minnesota Vikings defense. He made 90 starts, played in 3 Super Bowls, and was a member of the team's famed purple people eaters. And yeah, he passed away Tuesday at the age of 73, the Vikings announced. And then Commanders coach Ron Rivera believes the trade for Carson Wentz will push Washington over the hump. Quote, "It gets us a few steps in the right direction," Rivera said of acquiring Wentz. The move of Wentz might be an improvement over the undrafted Heineke, but how much of a boost remains to be seen after Wentz struggled brutally down the stretch of his lone season in Indianapolis. The Colts' desperation to move on from Wentz should frame any discussion about the QB's ability to push a team over the top. The Commanders, like the Colts last year, are putting their eggs in the Wentz basket, believing he's the missing piece to a playoff team. So I guess time will tell there. What do you guys think? Do you think Wentz is that guy? Does he have what it takes to truly elevate a team? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd be curious to know your thoughts here because I'm not so sure that he is that guy myself. I don't think he is the answer, especially not for the long term with the Commanders. All right, if you made it this far, can you comment below your favorite movie of all time? I'm curious to know what types of movies that you guys and gals watch. Mine would be anything Batman related. I love Batman. I just recently saw the new Batman movie, The Batman. It was fire. I'm a nerd like that. I even have a Batman chair. Look at this. It's Batman. Anyway, make sure to sub for more daily news like this and check out this video here from the previous day's news in case you missed it. And until next time, Chiefs Kingdom, let's go. Let's go. How about those